Hello people, this is Ryder here at the page through of, yet again, BABYMONSTER's second mini-album, We Go Up, the Go version. Excuse me. Three entries ago, we covered the Wii version. However, Barnes & Noble this weekend was holding an entire 20% off sale. So, which made this like $28. And also it's just like, sure. I was initially good with just the one, but it was just like, if it was going to be under $30, then might as well. Also, just so then I can just say the next entry will of course be IVE's second album, Revive Plus. So, as we can see here, this one is definitely different from the previous Wii version because it's orange and it's like a notebook style. So that's pretty neat. Again, this has an exclusive. This is the exclusive. So, I hope we don't get the same cards because if you remember from... Why is that stuck? No, that's my iPile. We have gotten these two out of... I think... Excuse me. This is the US exclusive bag. This is the Barnes & Noble bag. So we already got these two. So we will need to hope that we get another 2 members. I apologize for this long intro. So... Okay, something within this broke, but... I think the issue... Jeez. It's because of the sticker, but... Again, we'll make ourselves the Barnes & Noble exclusive. There. So then you can actually see what I'm doing, but I think the issue with this entry is that I don't really have any more, I don't have anything else to say about this comeback, because, I mean, again, it was under the notion that the other one was, the Wii version was going to be it, but, yeah. Oops. So everything is in here, but obviously we will get to that later. But I mean, it's at least nicely done. Okay, yeah, that is pretty neat. Is this... I don't think I've seen these pictures. Excuse me. There's... Maybe that's obviously the whole point. I was gonna say that sticker is like not in good condition, but Oops. Sorry about the glare. Accessory. Yeah, isn't this... Or, no, isn't this Ruka? Those two are still the... I apologize that it's those two I still keep confusing. Also, if you see how this looks in person, you can tell it just looks very... Maybe that's the whole stylistic point, that it just looks very blurry. But this is a nice start. Okay, if this is going by age order, then isn't that Ruka then? Because here's Farita. They still have her version, her individual version of the album, to which after I get the two versions of Revive Plus, if it's still there, I might decide to get it. For now, it's still not really a decision of mine. Because I wanted to get her and Anyeon, but it doesn't look like Anyeon's version will ever show up. My sister even looked online. It's not even there. Excuse me. I really do like this, like, hair for her. Yeah, obviously because of this and being the Barnes & Noble exclusive, I have to actually, like, go up close now to avoid any blurs or glares. Okay, so that's interesting. Are they like paired up? I'm gonna assume if that's like this. Oh yeah, they are paired up as one. I do like that. I do like that's like a theme within the photo books. And I just realized, so this concept is them in like a city now. So that's interesting. Okay. I don't remember if the Wii version had more than one unit photo, but that's neat. Okay, we're not going by age order, because this is Chiquita. Oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't catch this, because I was looking down here, and then, yeah, so that's a really large bag. That's a small bag for a lot of stuff. Okay, so that bag was not established prior. This is a nice photo. Or I'll say these two photos are pretty nice out of this set. We're already halfway. Again, I really like how they utilize their space. Because again, this is like basically like a gravel wall. Or marbled wall. It's better. It's always better that they're actually like putting something in the negative space. Okay, now we have Anyeon. Again, I'm sorry for the whitewashing. It's very... turn down the ISO. It's super washed out. But yeah, it's kind of the same pattern, which is obviously not bad. This is embossed. I think her hair in this era too is also pretty. Maybe it's because of the bangs. Because I still just find it really, like, just in general, the concept of, this is weird, the concept of bangs, just the sheer difference they make of them being present and not being present always just kind of amazes me. Because I feel like, for myself, that's not really the case. But for, like, everyone else I see, it's just like, wow. So, yeah, Anyan and Chiquita are a pair here. See, again, like, this is just the wall, which I think is pretty smart. Yeah, but in cases like this, like, yeah, I guess I kind of get why you can't continue the image. What is this? Is this like a key ring shirt? That is interesting. Okay, so I guess this is an intermission. Kind of random, honestly. Okay, now we have Asa getting blocked off by the white. I do like that it is at, like, different areas of this city. Because I feel like most of the time it will feel like... But I feel like most of the time it feels like it just takes place in, like, one block. Oh wow, she has roller skates. How did... Okay. Jesus. Hopefully in post, with my color editing, or with my luminetry color editing, it comes off better and not as washed out, because it's kind of unfortunate that it is coming out like that. Like, this picture is actually coming out well, even though there's a glare right here. I know I'm not talking about the actual photo instead of the shenanigans I had to go through trying to record this. We said this was Rora? No, Ruka. So this has to be Rora now. There's that. There's a serial number back there. Because I was going to say, oh, it's my phone. Even though it's not, because it's larger. I feel like I should change my case out. I should probably listen to my sister and go get one of those cases that are basically for credit cards and such. So then I don't have to. So then I don't have to just shove a photo card in the back. Also, just because it constantly yells. I was going to say, will this actually tell me who it is? But I mean, again, the backs won't tell me, but I can just refer back to the other cards. Well, this is clearly in like a different. Well, I mean, again, I think the two sections that Asa and Roya are at obviously will connect. Yeah, because Asa was over here before. Excuse me. So, yeah, here are these two. There, that has no glare. Will we have a group picture? I'm pretty sure we will. I mean, at least these pictures are consistent with, like, them always just being here. Yeah. Okay, we only have one other group photo, which is interesting. Oops, sorry about that. So, yeah. Here are the credits. Which, again, we don't necessarily need to go through because we already have. Did we point out the fan business before? I didn't know that was a thing. Public relations. Yeah, that is necessary. There's the QR code for the lyrics, to which we will take a look at. Even though it's going to be the same thing, but I'll just do it again in case you haven't seen the Wii version. It's halfway. Yeah, so again, it's the same exact page. So if you don't recall, the title track the track was comprised of title track We Will, Psycho, Super Duper Love, and Wild. At this point, I'm gonna need to watch the music videos for Psycho and Super Duper Love on my own. I still have yet to do that. Especially because I just haven't done it. Alright, so let's get into our conclusions now. Okay, so literally everything is just kind of shoved into here, which is kind of sloppy, but what do we expect? So we got stickers that are just in 2 variations of colors. We got our CD, which, okay, it is actually different. It's orange now. So I at least appreciate that. I always appreciate when the CDs are different between versions, so then it doesn't feel like you're just buying the same thing. I can't put this back in for some reason. Alright. The poster. Oh, that's an interesting size verification. That's pretty neat. You can start putting these back in the envelope. What is? Huh. So this is probably exclusive for this one. But it's basically kind of like a raffle ticket, which is interesting. But other than that, yep. So we have our US exclusive card and the Barnes & Noble exclusive card. Which this I'll try to put in the order that the US, not the US, that the Wii version was ordered in, just so then. Well, I mean, I'm gonna rearrange it anyway, but anyways, so these are all of the same bags. So again, just like any other Baby Monster album, we do get all 6 members. So we have Ruka, Asa, Chiquita, Aurora, Farita, and Anyan. So the US exclusive is Anyan, and then the Barnes & Noble exclusive. Oh, wow. Yep, we got another Farita. Okay, that is actually kind of funny. Okay. But we at least got a new US exclusive card, because we got Chiquita prior. But that also... Is this from the Up concept then? Because I'm not familiar with this one. But that means the US exclusives are from this photo shoot. Because we literally... We got 2 onions, so that is interesting. But I mean, I wouldn't say this is our first genuine duplicate, but it's actually interesting to get a duplicate of an exclusive. So that is actually interesting. So yeah, okay, those are the backs for those. So we'll just keep this one on us for now. So I mean, though, I enjoyed this one. It might not seem like I did, but I did. It's just that I'm recovering from a cold, so I don't want to sound like I'm too ill. Yeah, I'm just more amazed at that we pulled another Furita, although that's actually kind of unfortunate with how this one was packed because, excuse me, it's scratched, so that's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, it's actually kind of, we're kind of moving on, but it is actually kind of exciting to like actually be able to say like, oh yeah, look, there's more of these to look forward to and such. Even though I don't know if, I mean, it depends what is there, obviously, in the next 2 weeks, because I find it dumb that Starship makes it so that you have to wait sometime after, for like 2 weeks after the initial release to pick up, to have the album release domestically. I don't, especially because like other companies have picked up the slack and doing it on almost like day one, like earlier, like when one of the big things that my sister and I heard, like behind us, was like they're like Orca was telling someone like, oh hey, like the Blackpink like deadline albums are like near the front and such, and like we did see them and such, but obviously we don't have any interest on picking them up and such. But like like stuff like that is like day one and such. So it's just kind of weird that like, I mean, I get it to some extent, but it's just kind of like, it is kind of unfortunate that I have to wait 2 weeks. But I mean, like, yeah, I'm just hoping the other times with I've Empathy and I've Secret, they would have what I want. So I'm pretty sure with Revive Plus, I will be able to secure the 2 versions that I do want to pick up. And I know it's always weird that it's like, why do you always get 2 out of 3 versions? And it's just because I'll admit this, with Revive Plus, I've been kind of mixed on like which ones I actually kind of do want to pick up. Why is he leaning? But besides the point, I'm curious if Baby Monster. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they will do something this year. At the same time, I still need the jewel case version for Drip, so I will potentially try to get that. But at the same time, I will probably try to secure their first album too, because I do want a version of their first album, whether it be the YG tag version, just so then I can have something, or just so then I can get another thing of Rami, because I only have one card of her, and I want a card of her from their first mini album. But that's kind of all I have in mind for them right now. Trying to secure another version of Drip and getting a version of their first mini album. I'll have to see if I do continue picking up their future stuff, because just because. Man, this is really another entry where I barely have anything to say, and I add nothing of substance, unfortunately. So that'll have to do this page through. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people. Bye.